Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into the book of Jeremiah. It's this incredible, powerful story about a divine warning that just went completely unheard. We're going to break down this really complex text to get to the heart of the message, the man who delivered it, and, well, the tragic consequences of not listening.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with the man himself, this reluctant prophet. Then we'll get into his core complaint against the nation, these two evils. From there, the dire warning of what's coming, followed by a really cool metaphor of hope, and finally, how it was all tragically rejected.
All right, so let's start at the beginning. Who exactly was this guy, Jeremiah? I mean, what kind of impossible job was he given? You see, his story doesn't kick off with some eager, ready-for-anything hero. Nope. It starts with a young man who was apparently chosen for this mission before he was even born. I mean, the book opens with this right here. Talk about intense. It sets the stage immediately. This isn't just a job for Jeremiah. It's his preordained destiny. And notice the scale. It's huge. He's not just a prophet for his hometown, but a prophet to the nations. No pressure, right? So how does Jeremiah respond to this epic calling? Well, he doesn't exactly jump for joy. His first reaction is pure panic, total self-doubt. He's looking at this massive task, and all he can think is, no way. I can't do this. I'm just a kid. He feels completely unprepared to be a mouthpiece for God.
But check out the response he gets. It's direct, it's firm, it's not a negotiation. You can almost see the pattern here. For every excuse Jeremiah has, there's a command and a promise. God is basically saying, your age doesn't matter. Your fear doesn't matter. You're going to go where I send you, and I'll be with you. That promise of protection is going to be absolutely crucial for the road ahead.
Okay, so his mission is set. He's been called. Now, what exactly is he supposed to say? The real heart of his message is this accusation against the nation of Judah, and he boils it all down to two really powerful metaphorical evils. And this right here is such a brilliant image. It perfectly captures the problem. Evil number one, they walked away from the divine source, this fountain of living waters, something pure and life-giving. And evil number two, they replaced it with something they made themselves, these broken cisterns that are totally useless. They literally can't hold water. It's this devastating trade, something perfect for something worthless. Now, to make this point absolutely impossible to miss, Jeremiah does something weird. He performs this symbolic act, almost like street theater. The linen sash, right, it represents the people, and it's supposed to be worn close to the body, close to God. But he's told to take it far away, to the river Euphrates, a symbol of foreign influence, and bury it. When he digs it up later, it's rotted and completely useless, showing exactly what happened to the nation's pride and purpose by being so far from their source.
So you see, the accusation is deeper than just bad religious habits. It's about a fundamental hypocrisy. It's this charge that they basically want to have it both ways. They turn their backs on God when everything's going great, but the second trouble hits, they're like, hey, get over here and save us.
Okay, so the problem has been laid out, crystal clear. And now Jeremiah's message takes a turn. It gets urgent and, frankly, terrifying. This isn't some philosophical debate club. This is a desperate, repeated warning that disaster is right around the corner. Really early on, Jeremiah sees this vision, a boiling pot, and it's tilted, pointing down from the north. The symbolism is so stark. Trouble is brewing, literally, and it's about to spill all over the land. And it's coming from that northern power, which, as history tells us, would be Babylon. Now, what makes this whole situation 1,000 times more dangerous is that Jeremiah isn't the only one with a microphone. You've got these other prophets running around telling people the exact opposite. They're saying exactly what everyone wants to hear. Don't worry, everything's fine, you're going to have peace, no evil's going to come your way.
But Jeremiah just calls them out on this. He accuses them of slapping a Band-Aid on a life-threatening wound. They're shouting, peace, peace, and offering this cheap, shallow hope, all while completely ignoring the deep, festering problems that are dragging the nation straight towards ruin.
But hang on, it's not all doom and gloom. Because right in the middle of all this dark prophecy, Jeremiah delivers this incredible metaphor. A metaphor of destruction, sure, but also of renewal. It's this tiny glimpse of a totally different ending. So Jeremiah is told to go down to a potter's workshop, and he just watches. He sees the potter working on a piece of clay, but it gets messed up, it's flawed. But the potter doesn't just toss it in the trash. No, he just squishes it down and starts over, reshaping it into something new and useful. And watching this prompts this huge, penetrating question for the whole nation. And that's the key.
This is the whole point of his message. The judgment he's been talking about, it's not inevitable. The future isn't locked in. Just like that potter can start over with the messed up clay, the disaster can be avoided. But there's a catch. It only works if the people are willing to come back to the potter's wheel and allow themselves to be remade.
Which brings us to the tragic final act of this story. Because you have this clear accusation, this urgent warning, and this beautiful offer of hope, and what happens? The message is stubbornly, completely, and definitively rejected.
I mean, their response to this beautiful potter metaphor is just chilling. They don't just say no thanks. They say the very idea of changing is hopeless. Then they double down, basically announcing, yeah, so we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, following our own plans. They actively choose the broken path.
And this wasn't just them politely disagreeing. Oh no. The rejection escalates, fast, into violent persecution of Jeremiah himself. The religious leaders have him beaten and publicly humiliated. Other prophets stage these dramatic stunts to undermine him. It gets so bad that eventually they grab him and threaten to execute him just for speaking his message. So what do we take away from all this? At its core, this is a story about a tragic disconnect. You have this vital message of warning, but also this incredible pathway to renewal being delivered to a people who just flat out refuse to listen. And in shutting their ears to the message, they end up sealing their own fate. And the story ends not just with a national tragedy, but with the deep, personal pain of the messenger. After being beaten and locked up, Jeremiah admits he tried to quit. He just wanted to stop talking, but he couldn't. He said the message was like a fire burning inside his bones, impossible to hold back. He was the reluctant prophet, forced to speak a painful, ignored truth, even when it cost him absolutely everything.